First of all, let me thank all of you for being here. This is a great place. I don't know how many of you have had the opportunity to be here before, but I commend their chicken fried steak to you if you like chicken fried steak. It's really good. This is about promises kept. This is about some of the things that we talked about a couple of years ago and actually doing the things that we talked about doing. I wish Representative Bond and Representative Prater would come up here. Both of these individuals sponsored this legislation, but this is legislation actually designed to help the average middle-class families of Arkansas be able to save their assets, save their opportunities for their children and their grandchildren if they had to go into a nursing home or other long-term care. This is a program, and we're one of, I think, what, 9 states or 10 states currently that's rolling this program out. And basically what it does is it's a partnership between the public sector and the private sector to provide long-term care insurance that allows you to buy enough insurance that would protect that much in the way of assets. We all know that if you have to go into a nursing home, the taxpayers shouldn't have to pay for it if you've got your own money to pay for it. And we constantly hear that. People say, well, I've worked all my life, I've accumulated $200,000, I'd like my grandchildren to be able to use it to go to college or whatever, but they're having to go into a nursing home. They've got to use that $200,000 before the taxpayers pick up the tab on Medicaid. And they should have to use their own assets before the taxpayers pick up the tab on Medicaid. But the key thing is, this allows those folks to be able to shield some of that by buying now insurance, whether they're 50 years old, 55 years old, 60, 40, and it'll be based upon your obvious age, but you can buy any amount of long-term care insurance you want to buy, and say you buy $100,000 worth of insurance, then that frees or saves $100,000 worth of that asset for you to be able to pass on to your children or grandchildren. And once that amount of asset is all that you have left, equal to the amount of the insurance, then Medicaid will pick it up. So it's a way for the public and the private sectors to work together. It's a way for people to be able to utilize their hard-earned income and assets to be able to pass on to their children or their grandchildren without it being an undue burden on the taxpayers. BJ's is a great example. What's it, 4 generations now? 4 generations, and they've built up a great business here, and people like to come here. Now, if God forbid somebody in the family had to go to a nursing home, this would be an asset counted. They'd have to use the value of this if before they were entitled to any assistance in the nursing home payment. At $3,000, $3,500 a month, you could see that would eat it up in a hurry. Now they can go buy insurance. They can buy that kind of long-term care insurance and shield or protect up to whatever the amount of the insurance they buy, so that they can pass it on to the 3rd or the 4th generation, and that their loved ones are still taken care of. Representative Prater and Bond are to be commended for sponsoring the legislation, for making sure it got through. This is a wonderful example of doing what we said we'd do, and yet combining the public and the private sector and working together in a way that provides innovative ways for people to be able to meet their needs and protect their families and do what Arkansans want, and that is to take care of one another.